Hi, handsome. How are you?
Good, sexy. How are you?
Haven't seen you for a long time. It's because you have been so busy with your Lustro line. And I want to ask you for longest time, you guys has been the pioneer in the textile industry. Who doesn't know Binwanis? Huh?
Yes.
So now what actually drive you to come up with this men's line, Lustro?
Well, I've been in the textile fashion industry for over 16 years now.
Yeah.
So I think it was a very natural progression to doing a ready-to-wear line. We've had all the experience in the business where textile is concerned. My forte, of course, is menswear.
Yes.
And my passion is very much into menswear as well. So that's the journey I took, focusing on men's fashion.
Yes.
And that's how I reached towards starting my own men's line.
Yeah, because I remember a couple of years ago, it's been like 4 years now, your line?
Well, it's been, when we launched, the company that we launched to spearhead this whole project, we launched in February 2008.
Yeah.
But officially the brand was launched in January 2008. 2009.
2009.
Yeah.
But I remember when you talk about this, it's like much earlier. I remember it's like 3-4 years ago, and you talk about coming out with this collection and asking me what my opinion is and the fabrication and all that. I'm sure that you're wearing one of the shirts.
Yes, I am. This is from one of our spring summer collections.
Yes.
And we have focused on men's shirts. The brand is very focused to the men's shirts because we find that is one
that's a core,
it's a core product of
for
the brand.
men's,
And it's something I felt that we had a niche to fill in our market, and so we consulted with our counterparts in Italy, and together we worked and we came up with a collaboration.
I see.
And it's called Lustro. So
Lustro. Lustro is actually Italian.
It's Italian.
It means something.
It means luster.
Oh, luster, like
luster,
fabric luster. The
so
the
when we started the whole idea of having a menswear brand, and when we spoke to our Italian partners, so they said, if you want to create something, create it with passion, create it with your heart, and if you do something, don't just do it because it's a business. Do it purely out of the feeling of doing something that you want to grow,
you really want
nurture,
to,
basically. Yeah. So what we had to do is we had to come up with a philosophy of Lustro. That was the first goal, was what is the philosophy of the brand?
Yes, the story behind it, the history behind it.
So Lustro has a very interesting philosophy. In Italian we call it un'immagine riflettente.
Wow,
which means a reflective image. So if you look into our campaigns, our website, this un'immagine riflettente is very visible.
I see.
In all your
items.
All our items. Basically what it means is a reflective image. And why we use this phrase of reflective image, basically it is, what it says is that as a man, when I look at myself in the mirror, what do I see? Or what do I aspire to be? What do I want to be? What do I want to see myself as? And it also reflects the very facets of an individual guy. When he's a professional at work, when he is out with his kids, or he's out partying with his friends, he's out dating with his girlfriend. So it puts on there's a different facet to every man's life.
Wow, this
so
is
our
interesting.
shirts very interesting represent these
this particular
Well,
this is very good. This I think for longest time I have not heard a designer. I mean, you are more of the creator of the brand.
Yes.
You have designers designing the collections, but you still have to give them the whole branding exercise.
Correct.
And how many stores now you are going to target?
Well, we've had a couple of stores now. We're launching a third one in December.
And it's going to be in KLCC.
In KLCC.
KLCC.
Yeah, and we are looking forward to having the store there, and we see a lot of interesting things.
And also, you told me before that you're also in Jakarta now.
We launched the brand in Indonesia.
Oh yes.
That's where we launched the brand in Jakarta. We had an opportunity there. And we took up the opportunity. We opened our first outlet in Plaza Indonesia. It was Feb of last year, 2009.
So comparison, which market is bigger for you?
Because we have been longer in Indonesia, so the Indonesian market now is really opening up towards the brand. Any new brand, as you know, has its challenges.
Yes, correct.
Right, so
it takes years to
go. Yeah. Last year, we went through the whole process of brand building. So this year, we are slowly trying to reap the rewards of doing all the brand building. Business has grown in 2010, and we see forward 2011, 2012 to be a very good years for
I can see your passion into brands, into this Lustro brand. And how do you see in the next 10 years your brand? Where do you see you want you to bring this brand to?
So when we strategized the development of the brand, we had a strategy of doing it in 3 stages. First was the core development of the brand, which was before we actually launched the brand, we went through all our R&D and so forth. So we did that. We came up with our first outlet. Then it was the second stage to build the branding and develop and focus on the current line of merchandise, which is our shirts, our ties, our cufflinks, and that's how we actually launched the brand.
It's more itemized, yes.
And then the third stage was to grow the product range and focus on the branding.
To more into items like pants and tops.
So we're launching a denim wear next spring. We already got an interesting range of leather accessories for the brand. And next, the final stage is that we want to open more outlets in Indonesia and Kuala Lumpur as well as Singapore. Hopefully 7 outlets or 8 outlets by 2012. And after that, of course, we're
looking in China
franchising the business abroad. That's the whole goal of developing.
Yes, I'm sure after all these years knowing you, you have the passion and already you have Lustro, and I'm sure it's going to go far.
And we need all the good-looking men to come and try our merchandise.
And you yourself, you should be the face of your own Lustro brand. I'm telling you, you should be in your own campaign, Vijay. Yes, you should. And all the best.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
You are so busy and always traveling.
Anytime. Anything for Gillian.